Performing a Jefferson curl using a barbell in a squat rack. You can use a free bar squat rack like this, or you can use a Smith machine or a max rack, whatever you have access to. You just need to have an apparatus that you can put the barbell at a height that complements where the restriction is in your back. How do you figure out where the restriction is in your back? Simple, you bend over. So when you bend over and you try to touch the floor, you would want to see yourself in a mirror. Figure out where you are missing spinal flexion. So where your back does not round up very easily. For me, my restriction is just below my rib cage. For a lot of people, it's a little bit lower, more around their hip bones or just barely above the hip bone. So what I would want to do is find this portion of restriction in my back, find where that is in the front. For me, it's just a few inches above my belly button. So if I were to go over to this squat rack and stand, my barbell is probably 6 inches too low for where I want to get that spinal flexion. However, I'm going to demonstrate the movement anyway. This is where most people would find restrictions. So you would want the bar to be along your hip bones or just above your hip bones. You're going to work with a dumbbell or kettlebell or something in your hands, and you're going to work into spinal flexion as you go down, and then squeeze your butt as you come back up. So this is just like a traditional Jefferson curl, except that you now have a brace causing you to focus on rounding around the bar as you're going into that lumbar flexion. So if you're missing lumbar flexion, this is going to give you the feedback required to draw your abs in and engage to create more flexion across the bar. So I'm going to demonstrate one appropriate rep for myself. So I've got my bar set up now at the area that is just barely below because I couldn't get it quite right, but the area that I need more spinal flexion. So I'm going to come up to my barbell, get my feet positioned right under the bar. I'm going to stand up nice and straight, make sure the bar is secure, and then I'm going to begin my Jefferson curl from here. So tuck my chin down, round my shoulders forward, start to pull my abs in, flex across the bar, pull in nice and tight. This is about as low as I'm going to get, but you can see that the bar is now pulling against that area where I have restriction. So you can imagine that if the bar were lower, you would be going lower around the bar. That is a Jefferson curl across a barbell in a squat rack.